Hello, hello, and welcome inside David E. Hastings Stadium in Guelph. This is Guelph Royals baseball on Royals TV. My name is Mark Perry. Thank you so much for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon as the Guelph Royals take on their Highway 7 rivals, the Kitchener Panthers. You saw that on the screen. I'll be joined by Evan Brown in just a moment. But as we take a look at these two teams, the Kitchener Panthers and the Guelph Royals, it's been an uphill climb for the Royals, to say the very least. Outscored 35-5 in their first 4 games of the season, albeit the last 2 games have been relatively close. You go back to the game against Welland on Tuesday. It was a 6-1 final for the defending league champions, but 5 of those runs were scored in 1 inning. And the consensus around the Royals dugout right now is that, you know what? You got to clean up those 1 mistake innings, and that could end up turning those losses into W's. So when you take a look at 35-5, the Guelph Royals, well, the numbers, they do speak for themselves, but at the same time, too, it does go game to game. The first 2 games were blowouts. You lose 3-1 to London in the 3rd game of the year, and then, obviously, as I explained, the Guelph Royals losing to Welland on Tuesday. For the Kitchener Panthers, 4-3 on the season, 40-35. They have outscored the opposition, coming off a 5-1 win just last night in Chatham, Kent. Apparently they got back into Kitchener around 1:30 last night. And as a result of winning, they got to sleep in a little bit before coming down the highway here into Guelph today. And the Kitchener Panthers, a team that they tend to fall behind a little bit more than they would like to. But in last night's game against Chatham Kent, utilized their muscle, got big home runs. Josh Williams hit a moonshot into the Carnival that was in deep right field at Fergie Jenkins Field last night. 3 homers were hit by the Panthers in CK one night ago to put their record at 4-3 to start the year. Let's take a look quickly at the starting lineup for the Guelph Royals, as they are managed by the newest inductee into the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame, Dino Roumel. We'll be celebrating him in just a few moments. Ryan DeSantos will lead things off, followed by Marcos Castillo. Miguel Geraldo is number 15. He's the second baseman today. Garrett Takamatsu is at first. Davis Nadal is the shortstop. Matthew Ward is the catcher. Andy Leader is the center fielder. Drew Donaldson is out in at third base. And Ashton Patterson manning his usual spot in left field. For the Kitchener Panthers, meantime, Mateo Zeppieri, Petey Kiefer, and Malik Williams, the 1-2-3 for them. Zeppieri is the left fielder. DHing today is Petey Kiefer, taking a break for the day from his usual spot at shortstop. Yasvani Penalve, the right fielder. Rafi Gross, he hit a home run in CK last night. He's the center fielder. Junior Ibarra is the catcher. Yosuke Fuji comes back into the lineup at third base. Zane Scansey, I should say Yosuke Fuji, coming back into the lineup last night. He was actually off on Thursday for the Kitchener Panthers when they took on the London Major. Zane Scansey, meantime, is over at second base. Charlie Towers is the shortstop. Well, we still got a few minutes to go before they do the pregame ceremonies. We got pipers in the house. The Guelph Pipe Band here to celebrate Dino Roumel, as well as playing the anthem today. A whole pregame ceremony upcoming in just a few moments. The pitching matchup, Samuel Quintana will go for the Kitchener Panthers opposite Alfred Vega for the Guelph Royals. Well, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll come back for the pregame ceremony. Stay with us. The Kitchener Panthers in town to take on the Guelph Royals. You are watching Royals TV.
Get ready, Chatham Kent. For the first time ever in the new Canadian Baseball League era, the 2026 All-Star Showdown is landing at Fergie Jenkins Field on the July 11th and 12th weekend. The league's top talent, all in one place. Watch the full slate of skills competitions, including the popular Home Run Derby on Saturday, and on Sunday, the ultimate 2026 CBL All-Star Game featuring your favorite players for a mid-season showdown. Chatham Kent, it's our time. The All-Star Weekend of the new CBL era. It's history in the making.
Welcome back inside Hastings Stadium. Royals TV, Mark Perry, Evan Brown here with you. Let's send it down to field level as we have the anthem and a pregame ceremony. Great job on the anthem as we get set for some Guelph Royals baseball. Last week, Dino Roumel was inducted into the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame class of 2026. He's going to be celebrated here in just a second, but first we get ourselves a marching in from the Guelph Pipe Band. Right to center field they go. We don't have them mic'd up, apologies folks, but good crowd here. Beautiful, beautiful weather here. We'll get to the weather in just a moment, but again, a great celebration here on a Saturday afternoon in the shadow of Exhibition Park. The Guelph Royals seek their first win of the CBL season. Hell's bells
Here is your starting lineup.
ringing
for
through
your
the
Guelph
speaker system
Royals,
here
managed by Dino Roumel.
as they are about to introduce the Guelph Royals.
In the leadoff spot, your designated hitter, number 17, Ryan Dos Santos. In right field, number 24, Marcus Castillo. At second base, number 15, Miguel Geraldo. In the cleanup spot, your first baseman, number 4, Garrett Takamatsu. Your shortstop, number 2, Devis Nadal. Your catcher, number 10, Matthew Ward. Your center fielder, number 11, Andy Leader. Your third baseman, number 14, Drew Donaldson. Your left fielder, number 1, Ashton Patterson. And warming up in the bullpen, your starting pitcher, number 19, Alfred Vega. Fans, on Wednesday, May 20th of this year, there was a special presentation at the Italian-Canadian Club right here in Guelph. It was the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and none other than Guelph Royals manager Dino Roumel was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He's been doing this for 39 years, both senior and junior ball. There's a great article in the Guelph today with Mark Barre and Dino talking about his illustrious career. In 1988, Royals won their first ICBA title in 30 years, the junior team. His first year with the senior Royals, they made the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. In 1993, they beat Toronto to win the IBL crown. In 1997, he won another IBL title. In 2007, as manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs, he won a title. And again, in 2013, as manager of the Brantford Red Sox. He's the youngest manager to win an IBL title. Only manager to win championships with 3 different franchises. He's also gone into broadcasting for the Guelph Platers, Guelph Storm, and the Guelph Griffins basketball and football teams. And he's won 3 IBL Manager of the Year awards. And he also had a show when I first came from Hamilton here to Guelph, a show on Rogers TV for 18 years called Sports Zone, where you could call in and chat and talk about different types of sports. And he's also ran a few restaurants here in Guelph. His latest one is the Lucky Belly here on Woolwich Street in Guelph. So congratulations to a long award, long overdue, Dino Roumel, who will now join his friend Paul Ante and his fellow coach as 2 members of the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame. Fans feeling hungry? The concessions are open, from hot dogs to popcorn to refreshing drinks. We've got everything you need to enjoy the game.
A pipe band
Satisfy your cravings.
playing in the middle of center field while everybody's throwing the ball around. I think I've seen everything, Evan. But a great job by the Royals brass here to honor Dino Roumel again, the latest inductee into the Guelph Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, an absolutely worthy candidate. Like they said, long overdue, and a very nice ceremony there to start us off here today.
Well, they are piping away off the field. We're getting set for some baseball here on a Saturday afternoon. Beautiful weather to have this as a backdrop. 19 degrees, nothing but sunshine. Yes, there's a few clouds in the sky, but it doesn't feel like they're there. The sun has been beaten down all morning long, and we are ready for some baseball. Your starting pitcher for the Guelph Royals is going to be Alfred Vega. And Alfred, again, one of the new acquisitions here by the Guelph Royals, and a guy that's definitely going to look to make his mark. One of the early favorites that I would have said for Pitcher of the Year honors. I actually had him in my preseason pool. Has had a bit of a rough start here to the season, but here we are.
So it's kind of all of Guelph so far, right? They're looking for their first one on the year so far, and if Vega is to be the pitcher he is out to be, he can really be a factor in getting them their first win today.
So Matteo Zeppieri is going to lead things off, as I don't think I've ever seen a pipe band be the walking in music for pitcher there, as there is ball one, and we are underway here at Hastings Stadium. Glad you can join us for this latest edition of the Highway 7 rivalry, as Matteo Zeppieri laces that one to deep right field, and that is a foul ball.
Wow, that is a long strike.
It had the distance, but it did not have the accuracy.
Coming off a game where Zeppieri hit a bomb out yesterday, that one looked like it was earmarked for the corner, but just foul out there.
The 1-1, that's going to miss outside. Very quickly, let's take a look at the umpires for today's game. It is Justin Snively calling the balls and strikes. Bob Blake is over at first, and Steve Cochran is in at third base, as that one's going to go a long way, all the way back, and that one is out at, no, it is a foul ball again.
Wow. I don't know if you could get closer on that one.
The ball went all the way over the fence, but just on the other side of the 325 sign in deep right field. That is two long fouls.
And that's such a close call for an umpire to make down the line there, because you can't tell exactly where the ball would have crossed over the foul pole out there, because it's not a tall enough foul pole for how hard that ball was hit.
Well, Mateo is halfway to second.
Yeah.
The 2-2, that one misses outside.
3 pitches outside and 2 long foul balls so far to start off this game.
Well, you can tell where Vega wants to try to attack him here. I don't know if you want to put one down the heart of the plate. The 3-2, that one's inside, ball 4, and Matteo Zeppieri will lead things off with a walk. Let's take a look quickly at the defense for the Guelph Royals, playing in behind Alfred Vega. Ashton Patterson, Andy Leader, Marcos Castillo in the outfield. Drew Donaldson, Davis Nadal, Miguel Geraldo, and Garrett Takamatsu is out in the infield. And Matthew Ward is calling in behind home plate for Alfred Vega. Here's Petey Kiefer. He puts one high, a charge into it, but that's going to stay in the ballpark. Marcos Castillo camps under it in right field, and he will make the catch. You can tell what the Kitchener Panthers are doing here early on. They are jumping on a lot of early fastballs.
And inside the part of the plate, too. You saw Zeppieri lay off everything outside and that one in the dirt to get the walk there. Kiefer jumped on that one, too, trying to attack Vega early here.
So set the stage for Malik Williams. He's had a great start to the year, a .444 on base percentage. That's going to clip the outside of the dish there for strike one.
You don't want to miss your spot with this guy at the plate. He can take a ball a long way.
Won an IBL championship with Barrie a couple of years ago in this ballpark. Sends that one. It's getting into that Bermuda Triangle there, and it's going to drop fair territory in shallow right field, just on the other side of the foul line. It's going to stay fair, And that is going to be a hit for Malik Williams to send Zeppieri over to second. Every time Malik Williams makes contact, it feels like it's going to go 500 feet.
Absolutely. That one was hit a mile high and just in the perfect spot ahead of Casillo there. And he played it well to try to keep Zeppieri from advancing to third. Zeppieri with good speed maybe could have advanced to third, but Casillo played it off like he may have had a shot at that ball, holding him at first.
Well, and that's the thing with dimensions here, with different ballparks in the CBL. Hastings Stadium, you got a lot of ground you have to try to account for. And right there, you just put it into that sweet spot and you can get guys in. Here's Yasvani Penalve, takes one up and in for ball one. Guelph 0-4 to start the year. Kitchener 4-3. Kitchener 5th in the CBL standings. Coming off that big win over CK last night. Swing and a miss by Penalve. One of the 8 imports on this roster for the Kitchener Panthers from Havana, Cuba, in his second season with the club. Vega gets the sign. Here comes the 1-1. Inside again, 2-1. Of course, Vega has had plenty of pro experience, made it up as high as AAA baseball. I was actually playing AAA baseball a year ago. The runner thought about going, but that's going to go down the line and skips foul. And everybody runs to the track, and that's another unique feature here at Hastings Stadium. You don't have the gate, the fencing to block the fans from getting onto the field. So the rule is the other side of the track, the dirt, the warning track that rounds all the way around the ballpark, that is out of bounds. Zeppieri jumping around over at second. That one's way high and outside.
Yeah, Hastings, much older stadium in comparison to most of the stadiums in the league. 101 years old and features a lot of different things that you don't see at many other ballparks, like the lack of fence around the outside.
Took them 99 years after Guelph was founded to build a stadium. That one's put into right center field. It's going to drop. Here comes Zeppieri home. They're not going to throw to the plate. Zeppieri comes in, and the Kitchener Panthers have taken a 1-0 lead. Yasvani Penalve with an RBI single.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there from Penalve, just finding the gap. And the speed of Zeppieri, he was pretty much guaranteed to score there, which is why you didn't see the throw come into home plate.
So put up Rafi Gross. He has had himself quite the start to this regular season.
And the series, 2 back-to-back games with home run coming into today. And hit a towering one yesterday.
Vega and the Royals have some work to do as that's put high deep into left center. It's going all the way back, and making the catch is Ashton Patterson. What a grab by the left fielder. Throw into first, and they can't double him off as it bounces in and out of Garrett Takamatsu's glove.
Now there's going to be some questions here because I believe Penalve overran Malik Williams at second base. The umpires are going to talk here because I think Penalve thought that ball was going to get down and Malik Williams did not. And I believe Penalve might have passed Malik Williams, and so that's why the umpires are getting together here to discuss what might have happened there.
Yeah, I saw a lot of, they're going to call him out. Penalve is out.
And Penalve's coming to argue. Or at least ask a few questions.
He does not like it one bit, but the ruling has been made, and the Guelph Royals get out of the inning on some base running errors by the Kitchener Panthers, but no fault of their own, really, because they're anticipating that ball to drop. It's hit high, it's hit deep. Ashton Patterson just makes an unbelievable play.
There's so much room out there in that corner, or in the gap there, and it was a unbelievable catch to definitely save a run, but also get the double up to end the inning.
And right there, like, you already have a 1-0 lead if you're the Kitchener Panthers. That could turn into a whole lot more. That's why you have defense like Ashton Patterson was able to demonstrate there.
now Guelph has to try to take advantage of that mental error and try to get back that run that they lost in that inning.
Just for educational purposes here, I know you're an umpire yourself. What do you technically, and you're also a scorekeeper too, what do you score that as for Yasvani Panalve?
Well, if you're counting errors on the base pass, it's definitely a mental error. But for the official scoring, I'm not exactly entirely sure, to be honest with you, because that doesn't happen very often at all. I know as an umpire, it's something you're looking out for, especially on the bases. But I can't say I've ever seen that scorekeeping-wise, so I'm not entirely sure on that one.
It's definitely different. It'll be interesting to see what they actually counted as on the scoreboard here. But again, the flyout counts as the second out, and then call that a malfunction at the junction. I don't know if you could put that into 2 letters by any means.
Because it's not necessarily an outfield assist.
No.
Although they almost got him at first, which would have nullified it anyways. Then it definitely would have been an outfield assist double play.
So nonetheless, bottom of the first upcoming here. As let's take a look quickly at the pitcher coming in here for the Kitchener Panthers. It is Samuel Quintana. We've seen him come into games midway through contests so far this season, but getting an opportunity here to start. Again, a busy weekend for the Kitchener Panthers. Thursday and Friday playing games, and you got to play tomorrow afternoon against the Hamilton Cardinals.
And they already played the makeup game in Barrie on Tuesday.
So 5 games in 6 days.
Yep. And so presumably the starter from that game, Elian Serrata, is likely to get the start tomorrow at Jack Couch in Kitchener against the Hamilton Cardinals. But you never know. Pitching plans are very fluid.
I actually have it on authority. It will be Ben Hewitt getting the start tomorrow for the Kitchener Panthers.
Little insider scoop.
Samuel Quintana delivers. And he's got that big frame too, does Quintana. You can see where that release point is as well. Not really a submarine pitcher by any means, but you can see where that sidearm action starts to come in, just the way he's able to widen his stance.
Yeah, much more 3/4 rather than over the top, that's for sure.
So this is Ryan DeSantos. He's DHing here today. And Ryan DeSantos, one of those guys that you really want to start getting on base a little bit more, something the Royals really want to see a little bit more. Here's the 1-1. Drops down a bunt. Quintana gets to it. He'll throw it over to first in time, and that will be 1 down here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, don't mind the drag bunt play there. Just trying to get something going. You're already down 1 early this game, and you've already started the year 0-4. Just try to get a little bit of something going there. Don't mind the play. It just wasn't a perfect enough bunt as Quintana was able to get there and field it in time.
Well, very quickly, now you shift over to Marcos Castillo, the former banana ball player, who takes one way outside for ball number 1. Coppin State University alum, played in the Frontier League, the Pioneer League. The 1-0 inside. Always got time for Mr. Castillo, I will say that. It's very generous with his time when we talked with him during our CBL changeup interview a couple of weeks ago. The 2-0. He puts that one high, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. Rafi Gross, he's tracking it, was looking for it for a moment. He gets underneath it to make the catch. Let's take a look quickly at the defense for the Kitchener Panthers, managed by Pete Kiefer. Junior Ibarra in behind home plate. You just saw Rafi Gross make the catch over in center field. He is flanked by Zeppieri in left, Panalve over in right. Yosuke Fuji back at third base. Charlie Towers is at short with Petey Kiefer DHing today. Zane Scansey, the former WCBL Rookie of the Year, is over at second. And Malik Williams is over at first. Here's Miguel Geraldo. Quintana steps in. The delivery. Just missing inside for ball 1. Was looking for a little bit of a late break there, but just did not get it.
Geraldo, another guy you mentioned AAA earlier, was able to reach AAA Buffalo in 2024 and was at one point the 8th ranked prospect in the Blue Jays system.
Yes, indeed. It's such a good team nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-0. That one misses high, and that's a 2-0 count. Shakes him off, gets the call. Here's the 2-0. And there is a strike. Very similar pitch to that first one, but that time Quintana is able to get the call.
Probably just got enough break to really get into the zone there and bend the umpire's hand into calling that a strike.
Nods to Ibarra, the 2-1, swing and a miss. Miguel Geraldo swings right through that baseball.
That was a big cut there from Geraldo, trying to tie that game back up.
Well, it's tough to do it with one swing of the bat in this ballpark. Remember, you go into left center, it's 397 deep there, 393 in right center. That one over the head and just foul.
Just hooked too much there down the line.
And I do like the new jerseys here for the Guelph Royals. It's kind of a cleaned up, kind of in-your-face kind of version of the jerseys that they have had for many, many years. Really, the logo, the numbers kind of stick out to you a lot more than they have.
They remind me a lot of the Texas Rangers uniforms, and they're a lot more prominent in that way too.
Very observant. The 2-2 in for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Miguel Geraldo tried to sell the inside pitch, but he doesn't bite, does the umpire, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We're going to throw it a break. The Kitchener Panthers won. The Guelph Royals, no score here on Royals TV.
Everyone dreams of being great. Only a select few can be iconic. But only one is chosen. Introducing the Chosen One from Rawlings. The all-new one-piece composite iteration of the top-rated and established Icon BB Core bat.
Welcome back to Royals TV. Mark Perry, Evan Brown here with you on a Saturday afternoon. Junior Ibarra will step into the batter's box here for the Kitchener Panthers to start the top of the second inning. He'll be followed by Fuji and Scansey. Panthers with a 1-0 lead. An RBI single from Yasvani Penalve. The lone scoring play so far as there's strike one.
Junior coming off a rare day off for him yesterday, a everyday catcher here for the Panthers.
The 0-1. Hat missing inside. And, that's why you go out and get, guys like Samuel Bruno. Also, Cam Bauer is in the system too. So, you want to try to, give Junior some breaks whenever you can get them. As that one is going to catch Ward. And he's going to have to take a moment there. Now, it's not easy to be behind home plate for 40, 42 games a year. I mean, now you have 48 games to worry about in the CBL. You have to get that backup. You have to get guys that can catch, on these busy stretches.
Yeah, and Ibarra's talking to Ward there. He knows better than anyone about how hard it is to deal with those foul tips.
Yeah, he's probably telling him, yeah, I felt that one last week.
Mm-hmm. Between last year and this year, it's insane how often I think I see Ibarra get hit by a foul tip. It's He's a bigger catcher back there, and he's a great blocker, and I think it just manages to get him every single time.
Vega's going to take a moment here as Junior stepped out for a second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The delivery inside, and that one is ball 2. The fans start to get on the strike zone here. Vega delivers, and that one missing downstairs, puts the count full.
I think they were trying to compare it to the strikeout looking for Geraldo there last at bat. But I think that one was much more inside than the previous pitch. So
Let's say we have a pretty good 50-50 split between Kitchener and Guelph fans here today. As that one missing for ball 4, Junior will take his base.
Third baseman number
makes sense. A
5.
nice easy trip for Kitchener Panthers fans coming out to Guelph on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for baseball.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, obviously, the Kitchener Rangers in the Memorial Cup final tomorrow. Guelph will be hosting the Memorial Cup a year from now. A lot of Storm fans are in Kelowna. As there's a swing and a miss from Yosuke Fuji. A lot of them trying to pick up, you know, the tips of the trade, if you will, trying to figure out, okay, this does that, you know, try to get all their bearings together and see it in action before you actually go out and do it. The 0-1 holds off on the swing, but that's going to go across anyway for a strike. Again, Kitchener hosting Hamilton tomorrow. If you have a Kitchener Rangers jersey, you get in free to the ball game. And then you can just walk up into the building, free admission there. As that one missing outside, as they're going to be putting the Memorial Cup final on the big screen at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. So join the Panthers at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and then go straight and watch some hockey. Make it a sports Sunday.
Sounds like a great Sunday to me.
It's a great Sunday indeed. The 1-2 upstairs. And that one is going to take too much time. It slides into center field, and Junior thought twice before he went right back to second base. It was bobbled by Ward just enough for Junior to take off to second base. The throw goes wide into center field, but not deep enough for Junior to think about going an extra base.
He thought about it, though. He rounded second, and he looked like he was going, but then he realized where it was, and I think I could hear some of his teammates cheering from the bench because Junior, obviously not known for his speed, was able to hustle into second there on a good